Hi there, and welcome to the Irish Dance Business Owners Podcast. This is Erin Cooney, and today I am joined by Kendal Griffler. She is the creator of Media Plus Movement, digital illustrations, logo art brand. Thank you for coming on the show, Kendal. I'm so excited to hear about your business. Welcome.
Of course, Erin. Thank you so much for having me. I'm really, really excited to do a podcast. It's been on my bucket list.
Wonderful. Well, I'm so excited to have you here. So I am so interested in this because it's like so out of my territory of understanding like what you're doing with your artwork and things. But first of all, career-wise in the Irish dance space and outside the Irish dance space, can you talk a little bit about what you're doing right now?
Of course. So I am a professional Irish dancer. I started touring when I was 20. I'm 26 now. I was touring right up until COVID happened, and then I got sent home. And over quarantine, I knew myself. I needed to keep moving. I needed to keep doing something. So I got certified as a Pilates instructor. So mat Pilates. I did it all on Zoom. It was pretty crazy, but I'm really happy I did it. I was certified as a personal trainer, and I mainly did that a few years ago because I was working with dancers one-on-one. I always liked the kind of fitness aspect and the athleticism in dance. And I'm not a TC, I still was competing, but I was working with dancers. So I wanted some other way that I could be helpful and something that was not to say more official, but just something to back up what I was saying, that I knew what I was talking about. That sort of thing. And then in quarantine, I had an iPad. So I actually got the iPad when I was on tour. And to be quite honest, I couldn't afford a laptop, but I needed to do work. I also do social media management. So I got myself the iPad and I was like playing around with it. I got the pen, did all that. And then in quarantine, TikTok was the biggest thing. And everyone, at least on my Tik, I guess I was drawn to the more artsy side of it. Everyone was making stickers, they were making notebooks, they were making all these different things, and they were really beautiful and wonderful. But I realized no one was really doing that for Irish dancing. There was a little bit of digital art online, but not, I guess, in a sticker form. That's really what struck me from seeing what else was, being sold online. So I just asked a few friends and I was like, I don't really know what I'm doing, but maybe this could work. I don't know. Maybe no one else thinks this is cool, but I'm going to try it anyways. And I started drawing friends and I just started sharing it. And then that's kind of what the ball got rolling. I started the brand and was doing the illustrations. And then after maybe about a month or so, I chose the name. So I kind of always I love alliteration. So Media Plus Movement is the name of the brand. And it kind of was the umbrella to hold all the different things I could do, Media Plus Movement artwork. It's a place that I share on my Instagram, on my Facebook, a place that I share all the different things I do. So I like to show different things when I'm teaching, show the pieces of artwork I'm working on, and all kinds of different things.
Wow. So that's incredible. So this came out of not being able to tour anymore.
Yeah.
Like for a temporary amount of time and you weren't really sure when you'd be going back. I just think that's incredible. Like probably all the new businesses and career tracks people have gone on in the past couple of years. And it's really fun to see the creativeness that's come out of people and the demand. Like you and I were talking before this, and you were seeing that at some point there was like hundreds of orders for what you were doing. So I'm so interested to find out, like, how did the word get out? Was it just your social media?
I think I had a decent amount of following just on my personal account. And a big thing I always tell dancers that want to get into professional dancing is the network you create can ultimately, change the course of your career. Even just this morning, I got a text from someone, and because we're friends, I was nice. Sometimes you meet people, they're not so nice, and you're not going to text them when you need them. And that's how you get into shows now. It's just that network, and the people that you meet, they tell someone else when I need another girl. hopefully on the East Coast, and someone I've met along the way might put my name in. So I think that really helped, that kind of network I've created from professional dancing and just friends growing up in competition. A lot of people even that I didn't speak to for a while, but still were friends on social media. When I created the brand, they were like, this is amazing. I wish, I had this, but then they find their old pictures and they get a nice, gift for either their family, moms and dads. They loved watching everyone grow up and dancing. So it was kind of a nice gift around the Christmas time. A lot of gifts came in that way. So yeah, exactly. The connection online and just sharing got the word out. I didn't have to do too much there.
Wow. And that's so amazing. And I just got thinking, it wasn't just maybe your network potentially purchasing, perhaps they were purchasing, but they were also purchasing as gifts for other people. And they were probably sharing with their network, what you were doing. And if it's all in kind of the Irish dance space, like you're saying, like a lot of people know
Yeah.
a lot of
Friends
dancers.
of friends of friends down the line. I feel like there's so many people I feel like I know them, but I've never actually met them. But just because we connected on social media, and it's a really unique and special community. Absolutely.
Yeah. And I don't think you've mentioned, but you said you were also a teacher, an Irish dance teacher.
Yes.
At the summer camp. Could you tell us a little bit? But I assume some of those dancers may also kind of be in your network.
Yes.
And then like, oh, what is she doing? This is so cool.
It put a big smile on my face, and I hope it put a big smile on them. There were a lot of kids that I met for the first time in person who I'm like, I've drawn you. I know who you are. And they were like, you remember? I'm like, of course I remember, So it was a cool connection to have with them.
That's really neat. So actually, for some of them, you drew them before you met them in person.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. And because it's so customized, you know what they look like because you're customizing to them. That's so neat.
And I'm like, I know you have a blue dress. And they're like, how do you know that? I'm like, I drew you.
Oh, wow. So can you share a little bit about, so you're doing these digital illustrations. I didn't even know what they were called. So that's so cool to kind of find out. So you're drawing them on an iPad, and that like kind of what happens from there. So like, I mean, I don't know, like, what does this even look like? So they send you a picture and then you can make, I know you said stickers, posters and things out of them. I have so many questions, but are they usually of the dancer in their dress is kind of like the most popular digital illustration, or what else is there?
I'd say it's about half and half. A lot of dancers who have done maybe a photo shoot, and sometimes they're more in athletic clothes or fashion clothes, and they want something else to remember that photo shoot by. So a lot of the pictures are actually from like photo shoots there. A lot of them are action shots. I always just say, as long as it's a clear and high quality photo, we can work with it. If not, sometimes they're a little blurry, and sometimes it's kind of a fun project. They'll send me like one with the dress, but the dancer's in socks. Oh, can you put these feet on this girl, but change the hair? And we figure it out. It's
Okay.
more so in quarantine. I had a lot of time, so I was very sure, I'll do whatever. Now I might have to pick and choose a little bit, but absolutely, if there's ever, I know sometimes, have you seen these pictures where maybe even someone like passed away, or they want to take someone out of a photo, and they'll put the people that are in the photo and either add someone else in or take someone out. So I've done some things like that where two dancers who they want to give a gift for Christmas. So one of the dancers, she's like, I like this picture of me and I like this picture of my friend, but we don't have one together. So we've been able to put them together, and that's really kind of special too. They're like, how did this happen? And we just
Wow.
make it work.
People are coming to you with like creative ideas, like, can you do this? And then you're just
Yes.
trying it out and see if you could do that for them.
Yeah, I felt like I knew from the start I wanted to start with the stickers, but I knew that it could grow from there and there could be a lot of different options. So I've left it pretty open. I always say on all my Etsy shop, it always says, any questions, any customizations, please send me a message. We'll figure something out, rather than you can only pick, A, B, or C, and that's it.
Okay, so now I just got thinking, when you had the 100 of orders, were they all customized orders that you had to like look at every single one and create something different for every person? Or was that some kind of bulk order that you did?
I
Does that
definitely
make
need to
sense?
look, yeah, I definitely need to look back and see how many actual illustrations I've done. I'd say it's definitely at like 200 mark now, I think. For the bulk orders though, we would maybe have like 2 or 3 different versions, and then they would order from they actually order from a different sticker supplier than I do like the custom, like maybe if you're only buying like 1 or 5 of them, you would buy them on Redbubble, but if I know you're going to buy like 100 of them, I'll steer you in another direction. But yeah,
Okay. Okay.
there's been
So
a
there,
lot of custom ones though.
so there is kind of a generic, is there like just like a generic Irish, like girl Irish dancer then? Is that kind of like the, or,
No, I wouldn't have a generic one that anyone could just buy. I do a generic dancer either with like a school costume or your school colors where a school can purchase them. But if you want to buy like a generic sticker, I don't do that. Like,
I,
I mean, you could just buy one of the ones that are already in the shop, but I
yeah.
didn't do like a classic dancer picture yet.
So it could be your school dress, whereas lots of people want that sticker, but it's still customized to the school. So
Yeah.
everyone has
Yeah.
kind of the same sticker maybe, but it's customized to that school's dress. Okay. Wow. Okay, wonderful. So you have, can you tell us all the things you can purchase? So there's stickers, posters.
Yeah, stickers, posters, even I did face masks over quarantine, masks. They do t-shirts on Redbubble, coasters, all different kinds of kind of hangable art, magnets, keychains, a lot of different things, a lot of different options, yeah.
And you said the most popular is the sticker
Yeah,
currently.
yeah.
Okay.
Kids
And
put
then,
them on their laptops, on their water bottles, things
okay.
like that.
And then, okay, when people get the sticker, do they generally get more than one item? Or like, do they get the sticker and a poster or a sticker? Or do they just kind of go like, I just want the poster?
Generally, they get like 2 things. Maybe they get a sticker and a poster, or they get a sticker and a keychain. Or the stickers are cool on Redbubble because they have different options. So they have like matte ones, they have glossy, and then they also have transparent, the outline. So most of the outlines are going to have like that white outline around the dancer, but then they also have the transparent ones. So those are kind of cool to put on your laptop or different things like that. So people usually, very rarely do they order just one single sticker. If they're just ordering stickers, maybe they get like a glossy one, a transparent one, and then they also do different sizes on Redbubble. They have like small, medium, and large.
Okay. Wow. So, okay, I didn't really ask you, but I think you said you just kind of grew up like kind of an artsy kid, but it's not like you had this art degree and you're like, I want to do illustrations. Like you literally bought the iPad and was like, oh, this is cool. Like I like to draw.
Yeah, absolutely. I was just a total artsy kid growing up. I always liked different clothing. I liked art class, but I think I grew up in a place where it was you do this and you go to college and you get a job and that's that. And I was already, I'm going to dance. And they're like, no way. And I'm like, watch me. I'm going to do it. I did it. It happened.
Yeah.
So that was the thing too. I was like, oh, maybe I'll be like a little normal. I'll go to school for business. I only went for a little bit because I started touring, but I am looking to go back to school. I want to go to school for graphic design. So
Okay.
even though I kind of pushed it aside when I was a kid, it ended up finding its way back to me later on. So
Wow, that's so wonderful. And so, and it's incredible that I mean, prior to things shutting down, that you've been touring for 6 years. That's
yeah,
amazing. Wow.
it's pretty crazy to think about.
Yeah. And I have noticed that a lot of people that are touring with the shows are very entrepreneurial. And there's, they have these other side ventures that they're doing, which is probably a lot of juggling around, but also kind of works well together. Because if no matter where you are in the world, there's like the online business thing and so much that you can be doing. And I just love it. I just love all of this that you've created. And
Yeah.
I mean, how cool to tell people too that you became, it was for Pilates, right? Certified Pilates
Yeah.
instructor, completely online during this time. And then did you do any training of Irish dancers then, like Pilates online with Irish dancers at that time or?
Yeah, so the camp that I work at, Camp Ridicule, they adapted last year. They knew that we needed to keep dancing and keep moving, so they created Camp in a Box and another camp called CRC Elite. So it's very similar to Camp in a Box, just a little bit shorter. So I did Pilates and fitness with them online, and I teach with a non-competitive school, and I also taught my own classes at ballet studio. So I was still teaching them on Zoom all of last year. And it's nice to have not just, Irish dancing with kids like that. They're and just all kids in the Irish dance world, but especially I think in these different, like working at a ballet studio, they're used to every day you come into class, it's a different combo and you're listening to different music. So the Irish dancing can get a little bit repetitive with them. So it was nice to have extra kind of tools in my toolbox to spice up the class.
Oh, wow. This is just so incredible. So your digital illustrations, if people are interested to see more examples or to reach out to you to potentially do a custom design, where do they find you or where do they go?
You can find me on Facebook or Instagram, Media Plus Movement. So all one word, Media Plus Movement on Instagram and Facebook. Yeah.
And then from there, they can click on, I think you had a link in your bio on Instagram that brings you to a page where they can reach out to you, or should they direct message you on Instagram?
Either way, you can direct message on Instagram. If you follow the link and go to the Etsy shop, you can check out my other designs that I've done so far. And you can also ask questions on Etsy as well. So anyway, there you'll find me and I'll find you.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Kendall. This was amazing to hear your story over the past few years and how you launched this brand and just how popular it's been and how fun to utilize your artistic abilities and kind of venture now into this new graphic design career for yourself as well. So thank you for sharing your story today and letting us know about your products and your business.
Thanks, Erin. I had so much fun chatting about it.